welcome back to Brews and Reviews. I'm Brenton.
I'm Ryan.
And this is another week of Movie May. We are taking a break from 24 after 24 for the month of May. We're doing movies. We've done a couple so far.
That we have.
What have we done?
Havoc.
Havoc.
Started Havoc.
Yep.
That cop. New cop on Netflix.
Yep.
Then Looky, I got a hooky.
That's right. So this week we are starting what's going to be the next 3 weeks of movies because we are doing
a trilogy.
We're doing a trilogy. So it is one of my absolute favourite movies of all time.
Definitely good.
And I hadn't watched it in a number of years. So when I started it again, I was like, oh, God, This is so good. And I was really trying to pick it apart to see if I could find... And obviously, no movie's perfect, but I was like, wow, this is so well done.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It is Back to the Future.
Part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic. And we were talking about this, I think, did we talk about it on pod last week, maybe?
I think we have, yeah. I think
about what your favourite one of the Back to the Futures is? Or that you remember?
Yeah, I recall we did. Mate, was it on the pod or did we just chat about it?
Maybe we just chatted about it. What is your favourite?
When they go back in time to the Western. No, I'm kidding. No. Mine's when they go to the future.
Mine is the Western,
yeah.
Which I think will be
Is that 2 or is that 3?
That's 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a controversial pick for favourite. The Western one. I think that's probably, like you think, is probably, most people think it's the worst of the 3, but I don't know why. It's my favourite. But
who doesn't like, I like the future. I guess the future was probably popular earlier on before we hit the actual time of the future.
Yeah.
In real time. Because, people were like, oh, wicked. We're going to have flying cars in 15 was it?
Hoverboards.
Was it 2015 they went?
I can't remember. We'll find out next week when we actually watch number 2. But this week is number 1.
And they go back in time.
They go back.
1955.
And
there's a Hilltop Hood song, though, is it?
Thinking back once again?
No,
Just a matter of time?
One of their newer ones.
Oh, okay.
They talk about a refrigerator.
What?
Yeah.
Interesting that we'll come back to that you've mentioned refrigerator.
Oh, yeah.
Something in my notes.
Yeah, look, put that music in.
Yeah. So we are not going to go beat by beat. We've said that before and then we end up going beat by beat. This week we're definitely just going to go with a bit of an overview of the movie. I think surely nearly everyone
we're gonna
has watched this movie.
I think the notes I have definitely not going to go beat by beat because I sort of just watched it.
Yeah.
I got too carried away watching it.
I started...
a week ago.
I started writing it down and then, I just got too involved in the actual movie. I'm like, I just want to enjoy this.
Yeah.
So we'll do a bit of just a recap and a synopsis of what happens in the movie. And then we're going to go into a little bit of facts.
You've brought some facts along. I haven't.
Got a couple of fun facts.
So that'll be
things
fun.
that I didn't know about before I started looking it up.
Yeah.
But before we get stuck into the movie... We are Brews and Reviews, so we are going to crack a brew and see what it's like.
We are.
Whose week? It is your week this week.
My week, yep.
So you've picked the beers. I don't know what's inside of this stubby holder.
Me either.
There's no clues this time.
A little bit.
I can see a little bit poking through, but no idea what it is. White can.
Independent. Certified independent.
Oh, okay. So
if we pop this, I have brought to the table an Alice Springs Brewing Co. specific ale.
I saw this last time I was there, and I almost got it.
Over there? Do I do over there or over there?
You can pick. Do a little zoom in.
You showed me that, what you did the other day?
Yeah.
That one's loaded now, isn't it? Up on.
Yeah, that's up. That's up.
Yeah, that was cool how you do that can.
Yeah. So Alice Springs in the Northern Territory.
Never been there myself.
I have, just for work though.
The only time I've ever been to the Northern Territory was for work, like late last year. I drove across the border, drove 200 k's left, and then came back across the border because that's the only way I could get to the job.
Yeah.
That was the South Australian Northern Territory border.
No, I've been a couple of times for work, but essentially just fly straight in and do some work and come home.
Specific out, loaded with Galaxy. Specifically from nowhere near the Pacific.
Not in the
We make beer here. It's good.
It's right to the point.
That's it, yeah.
So 4%, 1.2 standard.
I don't know what a specific ale is.
We're about to find out.
Yeah.
All right, let's give it a crack.
Go for it, son. Go. Did I shake him? Did I?
It looks like it.
Yay. Oh, yeah.
I saw that spit everywhere.
Oh, she's fruity.
Oh, I like it.
Mm?
It's got a weird smell, but it's good. It's good though. What does it remind me of? I don't know. A bit of a mix between like a session and a pale.
Yeah. If you want to get specific.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know what the criteria are for a specific ale.
Yeah.
And
I like it.
Are they just? Is that something they've come up with, or is that an actual like
is that, are they
type of beer? Because I've never seen a specific ale before.
Are they just really close to the Pacific, the brewery?
No, there wouldn't be.
I don't know.
It says
nowhere
near the Pacific. In Alice Springs.
My name Jeff.
Nah, good choice.
Yeah.
We haven't had too many bad beers, to be honest. We're picking like nice small brewery, craft beer.
Oh, we've had. I mean, what did I get? The Hot Cross Bum one was a bit hazy on, but that was a specific.
That was
for the time.
That was for Easter.
Yeah. So, which is still drinkable. We drank it.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like I don't think
I'm going to come across a beer that I'm not going to be able to finish.
So yeah, I think you were talking about bringing in a stout.
I was going to do that soon, I reckon.
Yeah, and I've never actually had a stout.
I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I think you're going to be like, this isn't at all what I thought.
Yeah. I mean, I had oysters the other week. I've never had oysters before. Got stitches last week. I've never had stitches before.
It's just a year of new things for you.
I'll bring a West End. You had a West End before?
I have. I don't need to have another one. I mean, it's not. Again, I will drink a West End. I'm not that snobby, but I'll do it in protest. Yeah. All right. Cool. So,
do you want to start? Do you want to do a Rotten Tomatoes first, or do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's go straight into it.
All right.
So you've done it this week.
I did. I looked it up. You
I
haven't.
have not.
So there's a critic score and an audience score.
Mm-hmm.
So the critic score was based on 109 reviews.
Yeah. I'm surprised there's not more critics that have contributed, considering how old it is. I suppose maybe they don't do it retrospectively, really.
Speaking of, there's been over 1 million ratings.
Of audience score?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So
critic, I reckon 80
out of 100.
83.
93.
Yeah, deserved. Well, then this is a beloved movie.
Yeah.
So surely the audience score is around there. 95.
94.
Oh, that's really close between critic and audience.
Yeah.
The last few that we've looked up for Hook and for
Havoc.
they were
can't remember what Havoc was.
I think critics liked it better than audience.
Yeah.
And then Hook was the other way around. But yeah,
it's up there too.
For them to be that close together in the 90s.
Mid-90s, yeah.
Deserved. I love it.
Yeah, it's good.
It's going to be such a bias.
I wasn't shocked.
Yeah.
It's a well done movie.
So it released in October of 1985. We were not yet born.
We were not.
Yeah, which is crazy. Again, I'm sure it's obviously remastered now, but even just looking at like the quality of how it's shot is amazing. Yeah. I mean, it is for the second week in a row. It's another one directed by Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. And it was cool because it tied in. Because I was like, when I started playing it, it starts off in a room full of clocks.
Yeah.
And then it was like, we just did Hook, which obviously old mate hates clocks. So.
Which is funny because
I think I messaged you straight away when I was like, tied.
So this was 6 years before Hook.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I reckon the quality of it, just the way that it looks on the screen, is slightly better than Hook.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked Hook as well last week, but yeah, this is just. I found myself just like, wow, I'm really impressed. You want to give us a bit of a rundown on?
We got Marty McFly.
Yep.
So he's a high school student. Basically, just wants to be a rock star.
How old do you think he is in the movie?
Oh,
he must be like final year of school.
What is how old are they in their final year of school over in America?
I think it's still 18.
Is it?
Yeah, I think they finish school at the same age. They just have weird names for it, like sophomore and
freshman.
Yeah. But I think they're just like names for the the like high school levels.
Like high school, middle school.
Yeah. No, I think it's all just like
just
once you go to high school, each of like those high school years has a like those last couple of years. I think I've probably absolutely butchered that, but
it's cooked. Whatever it is, it's cooked. It's just silly.
Just call them year 11 and 12 and
it's
move
like
on.
Is it Imperial they use? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You reckon the high school names are part of the Imperial system?
Probably.
All right, so we've got Marty McFly.
We got Marty McFly, and he lives in a place called Hill Valley. I don't know if they it's just a made up town, I think, or city, isn't it? I don't think it's based in any location.
Not that I know of.
So he just wants to be a rock star, and then he's got his mum and his dad, and his dad's like a drop kick, not a drop kick, but he's like a nerd, who just gets pushed around, like good old Biff, Big Biff. Yeah. Is it Big Biff? Yeah, it's older Biff.
Who we sort of realise that he went to school with.
Yeah, we find out later on that.
And now he's his boss.
Yeah, and he still gets him to do... So Biff kept getting him to do his homework when they were in school, and now he still gets him to do his work. So he's getting bossed around. Then you got Lorraine, his mum, and she's just like an alcoholic.
Yeah, she does not look happy in her marriage or life.
Yeah. And then Doc Brown is... It's like Marty's best friend, like this old man.
So I didn't really... I was planning on looking into this and I didn't, but that is a weird relationship.
Yeah.
Because I think Marty's helping him with stuff like experiments and whatnot, but they don't really go into about why they're friends.
Yeah, or like how they became friends. Yeah. Like, was he a science teacher at the school? Like,
I don't know, because I don't remember it being brought up in any of the subsequent films either.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like, oh yeah, he's friends with a mad scientist.
Yeah, and I'll make Dr. Emmett Brown, Doc Brown, gives off full Einstein vibes.
Yeah,
just with
I think
hair.
that's what they're going for. Well, the dog's called Einstein.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about the dog. Yeah. So, and he's just an inventor. He keeps trying to invent stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he's basically unveils a DeLorean to Marty. He makes Marty meet him at like 1 o'clock in the morning at a shopping centre car park, and unveils this DeLorean. Like, were the DeLoreans popular back then? Or
no, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it's just Back to the Future's made them popular.
Yeah, it became, because it was a futuristic looking car. I don't know if it sold well.
They're like made. I think they're fully aluminium or stainless. No, I think it's aluminium.
Is that where the
aluminum,
where the Cybertruck got its inspiration from?
Reckon. Yeah, he unveils this thing, and then basically he's built a time machine which runs on plutonium.
Yeah,
which he stole from the Libyans. Yeah. So he told him he was going to make a bomb for them. Yeah, he stole the plutonium so he could run his.
He's got this case of plutonium.
Yeah, it just sits there.
Yeah.
And then anyway, so they test the time machine. They put Einstein the dog in, synchronized watches.
Yeah,
and send Einstein. What's his name? Einstein. Yeah, in the car, but they stand in the way. This bit, he's got Marty filming, and because it's got to hit 88 miles per hour, this car, before it can it shoots off and just disappears in this track of flames.
Yeah,
and he's Marty's sitting there filming, and then he's controlling it with a remote control car. Yeah, the best bit, Marty's standing, he's just like.
It goes to move away.
Because it's coming at him, he's like... and then Doc just turns, looks at him and just goes...
Pulls him back in.
Yeah. I don't know if you'd trust him, to be honest. Because I don't know if many of his inventions worked, do they?
Mm-mm.
Then, like a minute later, Einstein comes back and is he a minute behind or a minute in front? I think he's a minute in front.
A minute in front, yeah.
So he sent him a minute into the future.
A minute into the past.
Into the past?
Yeah, and then he catches up, when he then...
But he comes back and he's...
Syncs up to their time. So he's had 1 extra minute on his clock because he's gone back in time with his clock, and then it's played 1 minute to get up to where they were then.
I thought he just sent him a minute into the future. So he's gone, and then he comes back, and then he's a minute.
Oh, no, you could be correct.
Because his clock is now saying it's a minute ahead.
Yeah.
I don't think when he was in fucking whatever it is, he was frozen in time. or anything.
No, you're right, because
I think
they
he
send
sent
him
him-
into a minute in front and then they catch up to him.
Yeah.
That's when it appears again.
Yeah. Yeah. So they've done that. And then after this, the Libyans catch up and
Yep.
they find him. Then they like shoot him up and they shoot Doc Brown.
Yep.
So basically he's dead. And then Marty tries to escape, so he gets into the DeLorean and somehow accidentally activates the time travel function.
Yeah. I think he knocks it or something like that.
Yeah, changing gears. And then there's a funny bit and he's like, oh, let's see if you guys can do 90. Because it's like 90 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then shoves it, and then obviously, bang, he ends up back into 1955. And then he lands in like a barn. This is another funny bit because, he's wearing, that's right, because the plutonium, they're wearing those.
Radioactive suits.
Yeah, so he's still wearing that
Yeah.
when he was back into time. And he lands in this barn and then ends up being the owner of, what is it, Pines? I think that's the shopping mall. Two Pines shopping mall. So it's the owner of that.
Yeah.
And then, he comes out and then Marty McFly comes out with his helmet on and they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Thinking it's an alien because obviously the card looks so futuristic.
Yeah.
And then, they try and shoot him in. So, oh mate, he drives off again. And then he hides it, doesn't he? Because it's broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he basically goes off into town. And then he ends up finding himself. No, he doesn't find himself, does he? Because he's not born. So he finds his younger mum and his dad.
Yeah.
And then, all this stuff happens. Like, he's got to be careful not to, like, muck around with the future.
But he inadvertently does.
Yeah, of course you do.
And he's got a photo in his pocket of his family. And as he's sort of messing with the past, it's making his future family fade away. So his brother goes first and then his sister. And
yeah, because the way it happened, his mum met his dad was his dad's like a full peeping Tom and was up in the tree bird watching.
Yeah.
And he was just trying to get a glimpse of Lorraine getting changed, and he fell out the tree originally and almost got hit by Lorraine's dad.
Yeah, he was supposed. I think he was supposed to actually get hit by Lorraine's dad.
Yeah,
and that's
but
how
instead, in this moment in time, Marty gets hit by the car.
Yeah.
So Lorraine ends up falling in love with her future son.
Yeah,
which is like,
there's a couple of creepy bits. Like,
you just don't notice that when you're so much younger.
Yeah,
yeah, and I was just like, oh, that's a bit weird. But yeah, so he basically spends the whole movie trying to get his parents back together.
Yeah, and not only does he get them back together to put the time back on track, he actually improves his parents' lives as well.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, again, I probably didn't pick up. There's a few things in here I was like, I don't really think I would have, fully understood that when I watched this a long time ago.
Yeah.
Or paid as much attention to it. So there's that part where at the end of the movie, because Marty's not only got his parents back together, but he sort of got his dad to defeat Biff, his bully.
Yeah.
And then Biff is no longer his boss in the future. He's actually doing work for
so he's
George.
Yeah, George. So he ends up being reverse. Basically, everything gets reversed.
Yeah,
because in like 1985 or whatever they're in.
Yeah,
they are like POV.
Yeah, to put it as one of our friends' kids.
Yeah,
recently. I'd say.
Yeah, povos.
Yeah.
So and then it ends up flipping, and they're like all rich, and they're smarter as well.
Yeah,
which I don't know how that works.
Yeah, more opportunities in life.
Yeah, maybe that's what I need.
And Marty comes home to a beautiful new car, a Toyota in his garage.
Yeah, so there's a few Toyota sponsors in this, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
product placements.
Not just Toyota, but Pepsi as well is a big sponsor.
Yeah, Pepsi.
Yeah,
he loves his. What was it called in? I forgot what it's called in. Pepsi Light or something.
Yeah, I think so.
So he has to. The DeLorean's broken, so he goes and finds Doc Brown, and then he convinces Doc Brown, like, I'm from the future.
Yeah.
Because I think he said, when did Doc Brown, he thought of the time machine.
Yeah.
While he was like, he slipped on the toilet and smacked his head on the basin, and then basically had this vision of the flux capacitor in his mind. Yeah. He showed him a drawing of it or something.
Well, I think he told him that he's like, I know how you got that scar on your head. You slipped in the toilet, and that's how you got your idea for the flux capacitor.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you couldn't have known that. But that's one of the things that I probably wouldn't have realised when I was younger is Doc Brown was part of. He comes from a really wealthy family.
Oh yeah.
And he's living in this mansion, but he hasn't really had any success, and all he's focused on his whole life is trying to come up with inventions, and they haven't been going well.
Yeah. Then they bring the DeLorean back.
Yeah.
To what's his name? Doc's house, because they got to fix it because he can't. Then they can't get plutonium.
No, that's the problem. Is I think he tells them how much energy is required.
Yeah, to make it 2.2 gigawatts or something.
They say gigawatts.
Yeah, I think I did read something that it's actually supposed to be pronounced gigawatts.
Right,
but is it spelt,
which would make sense?
Is it spelt gigawatts?
No, it's spelt. It's like gigabyte. Is it the whole GIF versus GIF problem?
Yeah. So yeah, they've got to think of another way. And just before Marty went back in time. During the day, he was with his girlfriend Jennifer, and the clock tower got struck by lightning back in 1955.
Yeah, he knows exactly when it happened.
Yeah, and they got handed flyers, and he just shoved it in his pocket. And then I think he pulls it out for some reason.
Well, I think Doc Brown says however many gigawatts, that it would take a lightning strike to... Nothing has that sort of energy except for lightning or something like that. And then Marty's like, oh... Yeah, lightning.
The clock tower.
Yeah.
And so now they know an exact time and date of when this clock tower is going to get struck by lightning.
Yeah.
So they basically just put a lightning rod on the DeLorean.
Yeah, they come up with a plan to put a cable.
He's got to drive through it at the exact right moment at 88 miles per hour to get back. So and then in between that, he does a bit of timeline fixing because he really needs his mum and dad to get back together. Yeah.
And she is not interested in George at all and only has eyes for Marty.
Yeah. So he's trying to help George. So he's basically helping his dad try and lay his mum. My favourite part was when he rips the skateboard, the scooter.
Oh yeah. Breaks the handlebar off.
So this Biff comes in and they're sitting in a diner.
Yeah.
And then Marty trips him up, that's right.
Yeah.
Because, I think he's going to go for McFly. McFly.
Yeah.
And then I told you not to come in here. And then, Marty trips him up. And then he's like, whoa. And then when they're on the run, this little kid's like, looked like a crate.
Yeah.
I was like, I always pictured it different.
Yeah.
Because I think he does it in the next one as well, doesn't he?
He does. Oh, yeah, because it's not handlebars. It's like a box on a box.
Yeah, it's just like a crate on top of a crate with wheels. Yeah. And then, he just rips it off and uses it as a skateboard because he's a... Do you reckon he does his own stunts in that?
Absolutely. That first scene of when he is leaving his house to go to Doc Brown's and he gets on the back of... He holds onto the back of utes to...
Police cars even.
To pull him around. Yeah. That's absolutely him skating.
Yeah, right. You wouldn't be able to do that these days.
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah. But so all the kids are like, whoa, did you see that? And he's like, yeah. It's funny, 1985 skating was all about, I guess, downhill and...
Carving.
Yeah. There was no tricks or anything.
No.
And obviously, he's ripped off this in 1955. They're like, what is a skateboard? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favourite parts. And then Biff's trying to run him down.
Yeah.
And then lands in the pile of
Manure.
shit. Manure.
Yeah.
And basically it's
the running gag in all three.
Yeah, it happens, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, the second one basically the same way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he steals a hoverboard that's got the handlebars on it.
Does it?
Yeah, and I think he rips the handlebars off it. So we'll find out,
I can't remember what the third one is, but we'll have to...
I don't know, though. I never watched it.
I'm sure it goes into a horse and carriage.
Then the moment he's setting it up, so there's the school dance. George was supposed to go ask Lorraine, but then he didn't, did he? Something happened. I forgot what happened, and then it ended up being... I can't remember. She asked Marty.
Yeah, that's right.
So Marty's like, okay. But then he set it up he was going to start touching his mum up in the car. Remember?
Yeah.
And then he's like, you got to come out at exactly like 9:05 and then stop me and like hit me.
Yeah.
You know, so he
saved the day.
Looks like a hero.
Yeah.
And then, in my head, I was like, well, Lorraine's not going to go for that. She wants him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, she's like, yeah, I'm keen for this.
Well, she is. She starts.
No, Biff. Well, Biff comes and takes.
Yeah, but I think she is trying to make a move on Marty.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, where is he?
And then saved by Biff.
Yeah, Biff comes in, rips him out. And then, he stuffs him in the back of a boot of the band?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Biff gets in and starts. He's like, does he say something like, wait your turn or something?
Yeah,
this is it.
He proper assaults her. Like,
this is like, when you're a kid watching this, you're just like, haha, yeah, this is funny.
Yeah, I don't remember feeling that full on, but...
Yeah. I was just like, whoa. I was like, yeah, did not seem like this when I was back in whatever the last time I watched it. George ends up coming out, doesn't he?
He does.
And he doesn't realise it's Biff. And he opens the door. Says his line. I forgot what his line was supposed to be. It was like, get your hands off her or something.
Yeah.
And then just clocks him one. And then he was just like,
Well, I think Biff pushes him to the ground. He's laughing at him, and I think he pushes Lorraine, and that's when George gets the courage and does the slowest punch ever, but takes Biff out.
Yeah,
and then he becomes a hero.
Yeah, and then Marty checks his photo, but it's still not coming back.
Yep.
And like, because this is moments before he's meant to leave, because he's meant to go to see Doc Brown because they've set up the clock tower thing. But yeah, he's like, oh no, they've got a kiss. So they end up inside, don't they? And the band, because the band member, what did he do? He cut his hand or something, didn't he?
Yeah, he was trying to pry the boot open to get Marty out of the boot, and he
cuts his hand.
I love it. He gets on stage and he's just directing the band around like, follow my cues or something like that. Watch for the transitions and
then he just goes for
rocks out. And then
that's him singing.
No, but I'm pretty sure he played guitar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Michael J. Fox did play guitar.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but then he launches into a massive guitar solo at the end, and everyone's like, he's kicking over the amp and it's like
getting violent, and everyone's like, oh my god, it's 1955. No one's done this.
He said it's probably a bit early for you guys, but your kids are gonna love it.
Yeah, your kids are gonna love it. Yeah,
that's cool.
But they end up kissing.
Yes,
during that song, I think.
And then all is saved. And then he's like, looks at the time. He's like,
shit, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So yeah, he makes a beeline for the
clock tower.
For the clock tower, and then basically, it's getting all stormy, and you're like, time basically slows down in this spot, because I'm like, I started stressing out because what happened first?
I think the cable pulls off.
Yeah, so the cable pulls off.
Yeah,
because a tree falls onto it.
Yeah,
and then so it's not connected to the clock tower. Then Doc Brown's like, I'll go up and connect it. It happens again because he's like holding it and he's like, and then something drops and then it's like attached to his leg. And then I think he pulls it too hard and it comes off. And so he's connected it, and then
he has to
like run down.
He
zip lines.
He zip lines down.
Yeah, that's right. He zip lines down it.
Yeah.
Even somehow it's still not connected though.
I was thinking that. Like, I was thinking with the slack, it's just going to go like, shoom.
Yeah.
Just full vertical.
Yeah. And then he ends up, so, what's it called? Marty's at the other end. He's exactly however many meters Doc Brown has told him.
Yeah. He's starting the engine.
Yeah. And he's on his way. Oh, no, that's right. The car doesn't start. He sits there and it's like, and then Marty's just like, no, not now. And then I'm like, oh my God. I was like, the car starts. And he smacks his head against it and it starts.
Yeah.
So they obviously they did a few of those just consecutively, and you're just like, oh my God, not this. How?
What next?
Yeah. And then so he starts gunning it, and then the cable's not up yet, I don't think. And Doc Brown's holding both ends. He's holding that one and that one. And then Marty comes through, and then the lightning hits, and he's the connector for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he makes it back to 1985, which he set. So he was going to go back, but he set it 10 minutes early or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But he also left Doc Brown a note, and it said, "Do not read until 1985."
But he gave him the note, and then Doc Brown was like, "You can't give me a note. You can't change the future."
And he
ripped it up.
Yeah.
And then he obviously goes back. He wants to go earlier to when before the where are they from again?
What do you mean, 1985?
No, the terrorists.
Oh, Libyan.
The Libyan terrorists. But so he wants to get there before that. They still shoot him. So he's not quite. He doesn't quite get the timing right.
It still happens, and they still shoot him. Except this time he gets back. He gets up,
and he watches himself then go back in time. Marty watches Marty from present go back in time again, and then so that starts this time loop. So that loop will always happen.
I was like,
yeah. So now that's a time loop, but then that Marty will then get to continue on. But I
was so confused. I was like, but that Marty just left.
Yeah.
But so like when Einstein went in the future and 1 minute, why is there not another one of him?
Because he's not going into the past.
Oh, he went into the future.
Yeah.
So there's no one ahead of him.
Yeah. I don't know what... Because obviously there's a whole range of paradoxes that come up with time travel movies.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a future paradox. But certainly for the past one. So, that loop will continue infinitely now.
That's crazy.
But we carry on with original Marty. He sees Doc Brown get gunned down, but when he goes up and Marty goes off into the past, Libyans go away, then Marty runs up to him, but this time he gets up. He was wearing a bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
So he had pieced together the note again.
Yeah, and I think he tells him that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So because he knows. So that's confusing.
Because then now Doc Brown, the one that was shot with the bulletproof vest on, he knew all of that.
He knew it was all going to happen because he looked at the note?
Yeah.
Or did he have does he remember now?
No, he'll now remember because, he was visited by Marty. Yeah, that's the paradox.
Yeah, because then he's only just inventing the time machine now in 1985. Even though Marty went back. So that should have changed the timeline. Because Marty went back and told him he's invented this.
Yeah.
So why did he not try and pursue it earlier? And go, now I could have just
maybe he knows that he needs to do it in that right timeline.
Yeah, that's a long time to wait.
Yeah.
It's like, what was it, like 30 years?
Yeah. Well, this is one of those things like no time travel movie gets it.
Correct.
They can't 100%. They can't ignore the paradoxes that come up with.
Yeah.
So one thing about Back to the Future is it doesn't try too hard to go over the paradoxes and clean them up and stuff, or try their best to. It's sort of like, don't think too much about it. It's just a fun movie with a bit of time travel.
Yeah.
It's more about the vibe of the movie rather than the science.
Yeah.
I like the other little couple of Easter eggs, like that the mayor of the town is the guy who's cleaning the floors in the diner.
Oh, that's right.
And does Marty say some? So this is another thing. Like, if this is the original Marty, so you could say you could argue that this time loop has been going on infinitely. The guy who's cleaning the floors in the diner is sort of inspired by.
Well, because he says Marty to him, like, you're going to be mayor.
No, well, he said you're going to be a leader, or he says something.
I think he says mayor.
Does he? Yeah.
Or mayor. What do we call it? Mayor.
So he's inspired him then for the original mayor from the original timeline in Marty's present.
What happens to him?
He hasn't... Well, he's mayor then, but he never was visited by Marty in the past. So maybe this timeline has been going on always.
We should have had
But then Doc would have had the...
5 of these before we did.
Doc would have had the bulletproof vest on the first time round, if that was the case. So this must be the first time it goes ahead.
Yeah, because he's only just invented it.
Yeah.
The time machine. Otherwise he would have...
So there must be... there's one original timeline when all this occurred for the first time, and then it gets repeated. And
that is just...
it's too much.
Boom.
Were there any other little Easter eggs that you can think of?
Yeah, so like I was saying before, so the shopping centre they're at, it's called Two Pines. And at the start, it shows Marty like rocking up to Two Pines shopping mall.
Yeah.
And then because Marty went back in time and crashed through the fence, or like, so at the end of the owner of Two Pines, there has 2 pine trees at the end of his driveway, and Marty comes in and just destroys one of them. Yeah. So then at the when he comes back into 1985, it now says 1 pine. That was pretty funny.
That's cool. It's those little details that that I think are really great, and like you said, those would be the hard sort of things to come up with. Like, surely you can come up with the grand idea of having a time travel movie, and there's this young kid that helps out the crazy scientist, goes back in time and whatnot, but then like filling in these little details, I think that's what makes the difference, is that so let's go into a couple little facts that I found out along the way. Don't know if you knew any of these, but
hit me.
I've got a couple. Michael J. Fox is such a good character for Marty. Like, he plays him so well, but he was not the original Marty McFly.
No.
So Eric Stoltz was originally cast. I don't know who he is, if he's done anything after.
Stoltz. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But he filmed for 5 weeks, and then he was replaced by Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. So I know at this time, so Michael J. Fox was also doing, what's that big TV series he was in?
Full House?
No, that's the one with the...
Is that not Full House?
No, it's not the one with the twins? Mary-Kate and Ashley?
Oh, no. Family Ties. Yeah.
So I think I read somewhere he was filming that during the day, and then he'd film Back to the Future at night.
Yeah.
So he was doing 16-hour days or whatever.
Jesus.
And then he'd go to sleep and he'd do it again. And I think he did that for weeks or months.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being an actor and you think, oh, Steven Spielberg, this is cool, it's a time travel movie, and then you do it for 5 weeks and they're like, actually we're going to get someone else to come and do it.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Surely he, or were they just not feeling it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Again, that probably would have been something good to continue reading about.
Yeah, we probably should do better on number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, we stuffed up because we went a week. So I didn't watch this. I watched this last week. I didn't rewatch it again.
Yeah.
And then because we went away to Horsham to see our mate. And we were supposed to record there.
We had everything out ready to go.
It was 11. What was it? 11 o'clock at night. And we're trying to set everything up. We couldn't get it set up. We're like, nah.
And I was starting to get sleepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would not have made for a good podcast.
No.
The next one was, iconic, and now has made the cars worth a fortune. But the DeLorean is it's such a cool idea to have it as a car and all kitted out like that. And it was a futuristic looking car back then, but that was not the original idea for the time machine. Do you know what the original item was? Not a car.
Oh.
Not a Toyota.
Toyota. A Ford Ranger. No.
No. A refrigerator.
Oh, a refrigerator.
I was thinking, when did Doctor Who start?
I never watched Doctor Who.
No, me neither. But because that's a
is that the phone box?
The phone box.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Refrigerator.
So I wonder whether it was in the same vein as that, or if I'm pretty sure it's been around for a long time, but maybe it was before. Maybe it was Back to the Future was before. I'm not sure, but yeah. So it would have been some random item. But then how would you even... Obviously, the story would have been really early back then, and you wouldn't have had all the scene of, the clock tower and stuff, like what lightning's going to strike the refrigerator. Yeah. It's going to get the refrigerator up to 88 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It must have been super early on in the idea. But no, I think they did a good job with going into...
The DeLorean. Yeah.
A DeLorean.
I think it's, is it GMC?
DMC?
Or DMC, yeah.
I think it's DMC.
Yeah, I don't think...
Something motor company.
I don't think they've made... I should have brought my Hot Wheels cars in.
Do you have a DeLorean, do you?
I think I've got a DeLorean.
Nice.
But I think I've got one of the Back to the Future one with the wheels down.
Oh, cool.
Fully decked out.
And it's got the fin, almost like fins at the back.
Yeah.
Exhaust.
That's at the end of the first movie is when they tease... so back
the
when
second part, when Doc comes back from the future and he's got the blender on top.
Yeah, and he starts
green energy.
He raids his bin.
Yeah,
and then he's pulling out bananas napkins and everything, and
And
so it
eggshells
just runs off junk,
Yeah.
rubbish. And yeah, then the best part is you better back up a bit, Doc. You're not going to have enough road. And then Doc's just like, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yeah.
And then they shoot off.
So George McFly. So
Why?
he's played by, and I did not realise that there was an actor change between the movies. So he's played by Crispin Glover, and he doesn't return for 2 and 3. So it's been recast in 2 and 3, and I had no idea.
Did it get I don't think. What did I?
Or do we just not see him?
No, I feel like it was like superimposed, as in
Oh,
CGI.
you're right, because that led to a lawsuit or something, didn't it?
Yeah, there was some sort of lawsuit about using
His likeness.
Yeah, and that was like it set something, like it was set a standard
Right.
within the film industry or something afterwards.
Which,
'Cause he
I mean,
won.
again, for a fairly early, 1980s movie,
Yeah.
to be able to use his likeness
When was number 2?
must have just been, I think it was within a few years.
Yeah. They pumped movies out back then.
Yeah.
Sequels anyway.
So let's say it's still in the 80s, I think,
89 or something.
to be able to then, superimpose Crispin Glover's likeness on.
Yeah. I feel like that's what it was.
But yeah, so there was a dispute with pay or something like that. So he didn't come back for number 2.
Yeah.
They used his likeness, and then he sued him, and he won. That they couldn't do that, and they needed to pay him out, which is like super relevant now, obviously with AI. And he should have just said, give me, because number 1 would have done really well.
I wonder how much he was getting paid then.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. Surely he would have just said,
I mean,
I
suppose he was in the movie like a fair bit.
Yeah.
He had lots.
Oh, certainly in the first one.
Yeah. Then obviously they canned him in the second one. Dad's tired. He's in bed.
So I wonder if there's precedent set from that it is now relevant for AI stuff and not being able to use likenesses without permission and stuff.
Yeah, like all deep fake. Yeah.
Because they're getting good.
Yeah.
They're getting close. Apparently, I don't know how true this number is because this sounds like a massive number.
Right.
But the script originally was rejected over 40 times.
People picking it up.
So someone had written the script. They were shopping it around to different studios to say, let's produce this.
Yeah.
One of them that rejected it was Disney, and their reason was they thought it was too risque with the whole Marty and his mum.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit too incestuous for Disney's liking.
Good Disney. Mind you, Disney's back in the day. Disney was pretty racist, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was like, it's 1985 too, so.
Yeah, I think they're probably starting to clean their act up by then, maybe.
Because you watch the old it's Looney Tunes, and like El McFudd and stuff, and
that's Warner Brothers, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, aren't they all owned by the same companies these days? So Back to the Future was not always, no, I don't know if it wasn't always the title, but the studio was really pushing for an alternative title.
Yeah, right.
Instead of Back to the Future.
No way.
Which whoever this guy was that was trying to push for Spaceman from Pluto as the alternative title to Back to the Future, he's not got a job anymore.
Oh, yeah, he's probably
retired actually. But anyway.
Yeah, we'll pay him off.
Yeah.
Don't talk ever again.
Which I think comes from the comic that the kid is reading. So when Marty first goes back into the past and crashes into the barn, the family of the who owns the barn, the kid is reading as a book or a comic, and I think that was Spaceman from Pluto or something like that, and that's why when he sees Marty, he's like, oh, it's an alien.
Yeah,
he's just been reading about it in the comic.
When did Star Wars come out?
Oh, see, I should know this, but I don't know.
It must have been before Back to the Future. Marty dresses up like pretends to come back from the future for his dad. What's his dad? George.
Oh, that's right.
And he pretends to be Darth Vader.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. And then it just made me think because...
Oh, I completely forgot about that scene.
Yeah, he pretends to be Darth Vader because I forgot what he tells him now.
He tells him that he has to ask her to the dance.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. He's trying to tell him, he's like, oh my God, Darth Vader. Because I think he must be reading like...
Yeah, he was reading a comic or a book or something
comics,
like that.
Yeah.
Pretty much it. apparently the scene for the clock tower was massive. So obviously it wasn't really lightning striking and whatnot, but just to set up that whole thing, because it is one big practical scene that they've set up on the lot. Now, was that really him? Yeah, it must have been. I don't
Did
feel
he really
like
get struck by electricity?
No, I don't think it pans away. I think that is what's the actor's name?
Oh, when Christopher
Lloyd. Yeah, I think that is him sliding down the cable.
It is Christopher Lloyd, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was he in Dennis the Menace?
Oh, I don't know.
I was trying to think.
That's an old movie that I haven't seen in years and can't really.
I love that movie.
Think of any of the scenes.
Yeah. No, that's all right. Continue.
That was pretty much it, I reckon. For my fun few little facts that I found along the way.
100% enjoyed the movie.
Oh,
I could watch that so many times.
Yeah.
Not in a row, but
it has been. Yeah, it's been a number of years since I've seen it, and I straight away, like I said, I started taking notes. I'm like, nah, I can't. I just gotta watch this for what it is.
I'm excited for number 2.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I can't. I don't think I can remember number 2 as well. Like certainly when some of those scenes where Marty goes to see his mum.
I've just fucked us over hard.
No, we're right. It's just the headphones.
Yeah, my cord's not long enough. Story of my life.
It's not about the length. No, I mean, if I was to add to one of the audience scores, I'd be giving it like a solid 95 to 99.
Yeah, 100%.
There's not much about it that I don't.
Not 100%.
You'd give it 100%?
Oh, fucking oath.
Yeah, there's not much about it that I don't love.
Like we were saying, like you think about it, all the special effects and that was done so well.
Yeah, there was nothing that was like real over the top and like where you looked at it and went, oh yeah, that looks a bit 80s cheesy special effects.
The only thing is maybe when it got really windy at the end, I was like, it's just too windy. Like it's like a hurricane.
Yeah.
And then I was just like,
It's a big storm of a century.
Yeah.
Struck the clock tower.
Yeah. Well, let's do the dance on the same night.
Yeah, one thing I'm looking forward to is I like the skating scene when he leaves the diner and steals the board. Yeah. But the skating scene in number 2 is like so cool when they're going across the water.
He goes across in the same area.
Yeah, it's all in the same place.
Yeah,
same sort of diner. Yeah, but this time they got like the futuristic vending machines.
Oh, the Nikes.
Yeah,
I always wanted a pair of those.
The self-drying clothes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah, when they go across the water and Biff and his mates have got their boards, like they're like crazy good ones.
Yeah. And
Marty's just got this little pink
scooter. The handles off.
Hover scooter.
Yeah. Back to Hot Wheels. Some people because they modify them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you modify them.
I try to get out there and do it, but no, I haven't done many. I've seen cool ones of the DeLorean, and they actually they put magnets in the bottom of it, and they make a display case. So then it
hovers
there, and it just sits there and hovers, and you bump the desk and it's like
nice.
I was like, oh, that'll be so good.
Is it the one from number 1 or number 2 where it's got the recycling?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, well, it's the hover one.
Oh, the flying one. Yeah.
The flying one. Yeah. So the wheels are up sideways. I can't wait to get a flying car.
Do you reckon we'll see it in our lifetime?
Nah. Probably won't even. Our kids would probably be like, "What are you talking about? I'm never getting those."
It'll just require like a decent leap in technology for one, and then for it actually to be
like legal. Well,
like thinking about whenever I think of like a good flying car system, I always think about The Fifth Element.
Oh yeah,
another great movie.
I was about to say another one we should do.
But like. That's one where there's seems to be traffic and how that traffic actually works.
3D,
it is.
Or 4D? No, it's not 4. No,
it's 3D.
Yeah, like a cube.
Yeah. Because 2D, they're only moving in
left, right, straight, front, back.
Yeah, you're not moving in the Z.
Yeah.
You're only moving in X and Y.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm gonna say it's never gonna happen because considering the drivers can't even go these days. we can barely go front and back. And
well,
left
we'd
and
have
right.
to have self-drive, like proper self-driving for a long time, and then get self-driving.
Have they got self-driving cars here?
So I saw something the other day that they're testing in Adelaide at the moment.
I remember they tested years ago on the Southern Expressway.
Yeah.
They like closed it down and everything, and the car went the whole Southern Expressway.
I feel like it felt like it was on the precipice, and then it's just like, obviously all the claims were like oversold.
Yeah. They've got them in other, like in America. You get in the car.
Yeah. Are they in proper use?
Yeah. I'm going to drop someone's name, but you remember Matty Dixon?
Yes.
So I have him on Facebook. He's like a chef and he like works private yachts and stuff.
Yeah.
Every time I have to watch his stories, I'm like, oh my God. he's doing well. He was in America or something recently with his son, and they went to Disneyland and stuff. And then he recorded it being in a driverless car, like a taxi.
Right, like a Uber.
Legit, it just pulls up, no driver, and you just get in.
Wow.
And this thing, yeah.
So, would you know, was that in California? Was that LA Disneyland or
I'm assuming. I think it was,
or was it Orlando? Because California's like, I know that they have, because they're such a tech-friendly state.
Yeah,
I think they have really advanced rules and stuff.
Yeah,
and are more open to it. So maybe they are running.
But yeah, wherever
properly.
It was,
Would you want to get in one?
It'd be sketchy.
It would be,
but it'd be like one of those things where you're like, can we just make it go down the street and then I'll get out? But
I struggle being passenger in a car. I was okay when we were driving. I don't know why. But
oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why I was like, I want to drive because I can't be passenger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just a good driver.
Yeah.
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 5.5 hours.
They were too busy just talking rubbish and doing some edits.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you whipped out the edits.
I thought I was going to get motion sick doing that in the car, but it was fine.
Yeah, see, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't even look at my phone these days.
I can't read in the car when I'm...
Yeah, true.
But maybe because it's just I'm watching video and not reading, but I don't know. Because we've never given the boys iPads or anything in the car because they've always been prone to motion sickness, and I reckon that's just a recipe for disaster for them.
Oh, yeah.
The longer I can hold out, the better.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, because we've gone on a long drive, and I think I gave my eldest one, like we were doing a long drive, I gave him my phone to watch like Bluey or something.
Yeah.
And then, I think he started to feel a bit like he whinged, and I was like, oh. I was like, give me the phone back. And obviously he didn't know at the time what it was.
Well, you guys are going on a flight in next month. So I definitely
17th.
recommend it for a plane ride.
Yeah. I mean, where are we, Melbourne? 45 minutes?
I think it was actually more. Obviously, it depends on wind and stuff, but I think we were like hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, hour and like 10 minutes or something like that, just over an hour.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe that's something to do with the time.
I'm getting excited because I keep dropping, like, asking him questions, but, do you reckon it'd be cool to go on a plane?
Yeah.
And it's just, you just watch his face. He's like, oh, yeah.
So when are you guys just going to rock to the airport, or when are you going to?
I said to my wife about this last night.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it'd be so cool to, go to the airport, but then, like, what do you say?
Say that you're picking someone up, or?
Yeah, or I was going to say, why don't we just say, like, Dad's got to go away for work.
Yeah.
And then, like, right at the last minute, go, come on. And for that, we were like,
Yeah, if he's not keen on it, then it's, yeah.
Yeah, and then that was my other thought. I'm like, what if he gets, like, scared to go on a plane? And he's like, yeah, I really want to go plane. But then really he's like, not sure about this. So I think we'll probably tell him, I guess, like, on the way or when we get there, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not the night before, because he probably won't sleep.
Yeah.
I can't remember what time our flight is. I think it's like 8 or 9.
Not too bad.
Yeah, I think we made it because we're going to park at the airport.
Yeah.
So.
Long term.
Yeah. My wife's like, there's a car park closer, which is like that multi-story.
So much more expensive.
Yeah. That's why I was like,
Yeah, so I dropped them, like, I went through where you would normally drop and go.
Yeah.
So I dropped them off. Laura sorted them and the bags.
Yeah.
And then I drove down to the long term and then walked back.
Yeah, because you just pull up you just go through the gates for long term, don't you? Get a ticket.
If you book early, if you book before you go, it's cheaper, and you get like a QR code and you scan it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Laura organised that, and it's cheaper. But then when we got back, I was like, all right, you wait with the kids for the bags to come on the carousel. I'll go and get the car.
Were you there already before they even got out?
No, they were fine. But my youngest is like, I want to go with Dad. I'm like, okay. And it's a decent walk.
Yeah.
So I carried him pretty much the whole way.
Yeah, just what you
I
want.
had backpack on. I had him in the other arm.
Yeah.
I just wanted to...
all the plane shit in one arm and then just get the car. It's been a long 4 days.
And then I'm like, I remembered because it's got like a letter and a number for the different rows of where the cars are. And I remembered what it was, but I forgot how far like down I'd parked. So then I'm second guessing myself because I'm like, I swear I didn't park this far down the row. And so I walked about a quarter of the way of the row, and I'm like looking around.
Play Marco Polo with the keys.
Wasn't working. No, I couldn't see any lights flashing, and it was because a four-wheel drive had pulled in like next to me and was like blocking me, and that's why I couldn't see it. But I was second guessing myself. I'm like, great,
the car's gone. It's parked 4 rows over.
I just walked 15 minutes with the little one.
Yeah.
Nah, it's good. They'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I should actually ask you off air. Off air? Didn't think I'd ever say that in my life. Yeah, places where you went.
All right. Well, I reckon that's about it for this one. A bit of a shorter one. Next week, obviously, we're going straight into number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, because we normally record on. It's currently Thursday.
Yeah, I don't know what we're actually going to do about that. I mean, we can still record next Friday, and I'll just have to try and smash it out Saturday, Sunday.
Because are you back Sunday?
This week, no, I'm back Saturday actually.
Oh, okay. So you go tomorrow.
Yeah.
And back Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your wife's going to take my stitches out for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This Sunday. Yeah, no, I'm back Saturday night.
Yeah, okay. We'll have to work that out.
So whenever you're free. Got Auskick in the morning, but
I got grasshopper soccer. Is your oldest playing soccer on Saturday?
Yeah.
Hopefully get the actual game this time.
Yeah, hopefully the team rock up.
Where are you playing, away or home?
I don't know. I'm not there.
Oh yeah, you're not there again.
I know. Bad dad.
Your first one, you sort of got away with it.
I know.
You're like, oh sweet, got away with it. The other team didn't rock up, so I didn't technically miss his first game.
Yeah.
No, hopefully the other team doesn't rock up then.
Yeah.
And then
rained out or something. I don't know. Does kids' sport get rained out? Because it's got a bucket on Sunday.
I don't know. Because Sunday I'm like
9 mils of rain or something like that.
Yeah, and it's like 9 o'clock in the morning for my son's grasshopper soccer.
Yeah.
Lucky I just got a new jacket for work. I'm repping the Ram set tonight.
Yeah. Is the jacket Ram set?
Nah, it's my company that I work for.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Until next week. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep.
Catch you later.